We got our first person to the mic. What's your name? What's your question?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Ian Court. How do you help someone become equally yoked with you to allow your relationship to progress if they don't seem motivated financially or emotionally?
How the fuck are we gonna be equally yoked then?
You said they're not motivated financially.
If, to expound on that part right there, if they're content with working a 9 to 5 or content with being where they are financially,
then
so
hold on. So instead of, okay, I'm speaking to you. Instead of you going to find somebody that has those ambitions, that grind, and that willingness to excel to wherever you think that they should be, what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, hey, even though you're content with your 9 to 5 and this 9 to 5 gives you purpose, maybe it's something you like to do, maybe this is what you're drawn to, I want you to change for me because I don't think that's good enough for you. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
No.
Correct. I see, listen.
No.
He said it.
No, right.
In your
But
partner,
no.
you see the potential in your partner. You see the potential for the growth.
Well,
but what happens if they don't see it?
We can't make decisions like that based off of potential, but a lot of the times we break people down when they're content with their life. She's fine. She's doing her 9 to 5. She clock in. She knows she don't like the bitch from accounting. She got her routine together. Okay? And you come in saying you want her to be equally yoked. You're supposed to find somebody already aligned, not try to, I wouldn't say manipulate, but manipulate them to become more aligned with you. That's not how it works.
Trill, you got something?
Yeah, one thing I done learned about in life, man, is that you can guide effort, but I can't instill want to in somebody. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody is trying to elevate from an entrepreneurial place or whatever, they trying this business, I done went and got this certification, I done did this, but something just not falling in place, that's something you can work with, right? But if somebody just, hey, I'm kicking my feet up, I'm comfortable right here, you gotta leave that person right where they at, because all that's gonna happen is that you're gonna pour until you start developing resentment for this person. So,
can I ask you a question? Because this is a little bit different seeing as you're a man, right? But just in the opposite, how can a woman motivate you financially to make more money? What could I say to you as your woman to motivate your ass to make more money?
Do you suck dick? Because that's a good little motivation for a nigga. Did you fill out some applications today, baby? Nah. Okay, but no. Hold on. Can we get serious? Y'all playing too much. It's 3 o'clock. We playing too much. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna get you. Here's the thing. Y'all know one of my biggest pet peeves on this podcast is people being the growth police. You met me like this. You know what I love, you know what I'm excited about, you know what I'm not good at. And here's the thing, I'm not saying that you can't, to your point, gently nudge me into being better, but that's gotta be a better I want. Because if it's not a better I want, now it sounds condescending. Now you're trying to make it seem like I'm not good enough because I'm happy with my 9 to 5 job. And then now it comes across as, hey, listen, hold on. You're gonna say I'm not growing and I'm not elevating just because I'm not growing in the way in which you want me to grow. I'm growing, I'm happy, I'm fulfilled. And let me tell you something, that word he said, he didn't say complacent, he said content. And I think a lot of people would be better served finding that space in their life where they're content. Because guess what? It's always gonna be a new job. It's gonna always be some more money, more opportunity. It's always. But if you keep chasing that, you'll never find contentment. My point is, sometimes you gotta find that shit. And your partner did that. Now, before I go forward and talk too long, do anybody else got an opinion here?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, be careful of the person that you're trying to push them to turn into. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. This person might be comfortable and content where they at, and he's the best version of themselves that way, right? But now I push this person to elevate to VP or elevate to CFO or whatever the case may be, and now I'm coming home miserable, and I'm coming home resentful, and who do you think I'm gonna take it out on?
Exactly.
And what I'm seeing it as is a self-projection, right? I see you wanting more for yourself, and you projecting that onto her. That's okay for you to want that, but it's not okay for you to project that onto her if that's not where she wants and where she wants to drive. The second thing is relationships are about finding conduciveness, right? And likability. if she's someone that's not conducive for you or that you don't like in the position that she's in, it's your responsibility to shift out of that and choose somebody who's conducive for you. It's not your responsibility to try to turn water to wine because you're not Jesus, baby. You can't do that. And so you gotta let her stay where she is and stop self-projecting. If you want better for her, that means you want better for you. So work on yourself and let her continue to work on herself, and then y'all can either coexist as friends or co-exit as finding somebody else.
Ooh, Fontaine.
Speaking of good black Jesus, sweet black Jesus, his mighty name. Equally yoked. He be throwing that around the internet now. I dig it. However, if I'm not mistaken, that term comes from church. Yoked to God. Yoked to your purpose. Yoked to your calling. You know, dance around that all day. What we've done out here in the world is make yoked about achievement. Not obedience, not coherence. We made it about achievement. And so because I've done so many material things in the world, you are not equal to me because you have not done those things. Now, if one actually follows this whole equally yoked thing in its proper context, you know, some seasons you're gonna be yoked into some mess. Because sometimes you got to be rearranged and broken down and moved and made over because, you know, the Most High just called that into your life sometimes. So it's like if you caught somebody in, let's say, a winter season where their petals done fell off, they not shining as bright as they used to, it's bitter around them because that's what's required of flowers. They have to die in order to regrow. Let's say you caught them in winter, but you in your spring. And now you sit here looking at your petals, you looking at your material and the season that God got you in, and you soaking up all the sun, and you looking at them and telling them that they not equal to you because of your material, because of your appearance, forgetting whom we all supposed to be yoked to. And it's not about this brother right here. This is not about you at all, family.
Yeah, it's not about me.
This is about, this is simply about this idea and this phrase that we use, where we use being equal to hold ourselves above other people, right? We use equally yoked to beat down on other folks that we feel are not doing what we should be doing. And now that I've given all of that context, now let me speak to you. Let me speak to those who think others around them are not equally yoked. Let me speak to those who use that phrase and run it into the ground. You are a lot closer to that person that you projected on than you think. One's inability to understand that they are no longer on their own path, that's detrimental, fam. And it means that your focus may not be where you think it is. What I mean is this: if you yoked to your purpose, I don't know what you believe in, so let's say you yoked to your purpose, and you come across a shorty, right? And she, I guess, complacent, content, as you call it. How long do you stay over here trying to convince her to take a new path until yours pass you by?
Like that.
So how yoked are you? And is that how you gonna test it? Are you gonna test your bond with your purpose with the Most High on another person? By convincing them to be who you want them to be, dog, it ain't never been your job to realize the potential in nobody else, let alone actualize it. Make sure you yoke to what you're supposed to be yoked to. And the desires of your heart are added to you. That means that the things that you want, the things that you're seeking out in life, you don't have to pull them onto your path. They're gonna be right there for you. You just gotta scoop them up while you're on the way, brother. So if this ain't that, part of your work in this season is learning to leave things that don't benefit you where they are.
Appreciate your question. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
How long do you have to how long would you say you had to nudge, you would want to nudge somebody before you leave the relationship?
So that is, now we get into that realistic part of it though. Because realistically, you know what I'm saying, you gotta get your bandwidth for that. Some of us ain't got the patience, because this is a question assuming that person didn't want to, so we attacked it. But let's pretend that person does want to. And part of the reason you are in that relationship with that person, let's call a spade, is because you saw their vision. You saw the plan, but that person ain't executing their part of it. They keep talking on the fucking couch and shit, but they ain't getting up and doing it. Now, here's the thing. At some point, you got to stop overextending yourself, like Trip said, because if it is jeopardizing my own peace and my own happiness and my ability to walk on my purpose to a point where now I'm losing myself trying to build you, then that's a problem. And then I want to go back, before we get into the next question, I want to go back to what you said, because I think it's paramount for people to understand. We be wishing for shit that if we had, we wouldn't want. Because here's the thing, like, and I'll say this transparently, man, when I started this journey, you know, of building my dreams and I didn't know how much of a toll it would take on me mentally, physically, and emotionally. I didn't know that while I was in my own relationship, though I was physically present, mentally I wasn't. I was always thinking about the next job, the next show, the next viral moment, the next podcast session, that even though I'm spending time with my significant other, I'm not there mentally. I'm coasting. And a lot of women in here, and I'm not saying that I'm the archetype of that type of man, but it's realistic, right? Because it's like, you may want a man that maybe he do got a 9-to-5, and when he leave that job, he ain't even gotta fucking think about that job no more. You know what I'm saying? But when you get that entrepreneurship, you're thinking about this shit all the fucking time.
So wouldn't it behoove you to go find an entrepreneur?
I'm not talking about myself about what I want though. I'm gonna tell you this, y'all, before we get to the next question. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what I really want no more. Because they gonna judge me. I want a housewife.
How many?
I want to spoil you. You stay at the crib and raise kids and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. You gotta work, nigga. If I work, you gotta work. This ain't no fucking free rides over this motherfucker.
I tell you what though, just real quick before we go, that setup is a very, very beneficial setup.
Yeah.
Retiring your woman and letting her be a housewife.
Retiring her.
Right.
Now she got to do everything after her shift at the Quicken Loans.
No.
Yeah, retire her.
No, so listen, what I mean is, personally, yes, I would want to retire her from having to work. But I don't know if I would be attracted to her if she didn't have that want or that desire that. So you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do it, but I want you to do some shit.
There it is.
There we go.
Right.
What's your name? What's your question?
My name's Joe, and I got a question. What do you do if you messing with a girl, she in a relationship, got a whole family at home?
Okay.
And then there's a baby getting involved. She pregnant.
She pregnant by who?
They don't know.
Don't know!
Kitty.
Nope. Trip.
Trippington.
All right, listen. All right. Trill, let me ask you this question. Okay.
But wait, but you knew that you were coming into this being the side nigga, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You didn't put on protection being a side nigga? She said, ugh. See, when they say women don't cheat, because
who said women don't cheat?
Them. Hey, ladies, do women cheat? See? So let me ask this question. Would it be fucked up of me to wait until the baby is born and then look at the motherfucker and be like, hold on. It sort of look like me. Or should I say something now? Trill, what's up?
I think
We wait until we look at the baby, right?
you gotta wait until the baby get there, just on some Maury shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really look like me. Oh yeah, but hold on, bro. I'm thoroughly confused. Like when you walked into the relationship, you saying that this woman was pregnant already and had a whole family at
No,
home?
she had a whole family at home.
And she wasn't pregnant yet.
She
wasn't
got pregnant afterwards.
Okay.
But do you honestly feel like the baby yours?
I don't know.
Hold on. Can I ask you a question? I'm gonna ask you, hold on, this is important. I gotta come down here. I'm gonna whisper to you, nigga, cause I don't want nobody in our business. Did you nut in her?
Obviously did, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Niggas will, that's crazy to me to think that you would just, all up inside.
In this economy, nigga.
Okay,
So
let's get serious.
why don't you just have a conversation with this woman and ask her whose child does she think it is, and then why don't you move forward and find out if it's yours? What is the big deal?
She don't know. She don't know. So the thing is, do I start buying stuff now, or
Yes.
do I start
Yes.
wait? Do I wait?
We love a proactive father. Yes.
Hey,
Even if it's not yours, you should help.
hey, hold on. Trill, one more question. Hold on. Everybody just look to your left and right, say shh. Hey, Trill, one more question. So, you get a DM from a man saying, hey, bruh, man to man, we need to talk. What's your first response?
My first response is talk to your old lady. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
No. We don't know what he's saying man to man about.
Okay, I guess I hear him out if it's some shit that I don't want to hear.
I don't understand why we doing all this, because if the tables were turned, we would be telling you as a woman to leave that happy family alone, you home wrecking whore. And that's what I think you should do. Let that woman be with her husband.
All right, let's get serious.
And send her money for that baby.
Let's get serious real quick. All right, we're gonna tackle your question in a second. But let's get serious. Dr. Brian, what does it say about a person who knowingly engages with another person that's in a happy or a family dynamic, a committed relationship? What would it say about the person?
Baby, you are low functioning as hell. That is a low functioning behavior. I was gonna ask you, what made you even think that it was okay for you to come second to anybody?
So at first,
Y'all can
she
clap
said-
it up.
She said they was broke up. So
Well,
we
they
was
still
just
living in the same house
we was just
together,
messing
baby.
around.
So if they're still living in the same house, broken up is a title. They're still fucking. They're still together. They still got a whole relationship going on. So you was a side dude from the beginning, and you knew it. You chose to not see the signs. You chose to not see the red flags because you wanted some pussy. That's what it was. And you ended up stuck in your ego, which is now she might be having your baby. That's what but that is what low functioning behavior breeds. This right here.
Is it real?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, okay, look, man, we you know, again, we taking it serious, but we're not gonna act like being a side dude is not the greatest position in the world. Yeah. And the reason being,
But
again,
majority-
bro, I can identify with why you did it. I don't necessarily agree, but I can identify why you did it. Being a side dude, I can just show up, get all the ass I want, get all the cooking I want,
Uh-huh.
get all the conversation and the attention and the support
But
that I
that's
want.
not his
And
situation.
whenever you have issues or whenever you're having a bad day or whenever it's something just, you know, you just need to just vent or get something off,
Listen.
I can always slam that domino on the table and say, whoa, whoa.
Hold on.
We don't
No.
do that.
You can't.
That's
you-
for your
you
man.
could've
But
until she did the hit
cannot
the Uno.
He can't slam the domino on the table and say
Because he got the
nothing.
baby.
You about to be co-parenting. You
a
done
father.
upgraded from a side dude. Congratulations.
That's what I'm saying. That would be good if you played your role, but you gotta stay in your role, and that be the thing. People can't stay in their role. You knew you was a side nigga, so you should have stayed in a side nigga's place. But you wanted to be daddy, and now you the pappy. Congratulations, sir. Hey, give him a shirt. Do you have a toddler? Give him a shirt.
Now, let me ask you this question before we go to our next question. If she came to you and she said, hey, listen, I really do believe it is yours, but I want to stay with this man. We have a family, and I want to raise this child with him. Don't say nothing. What you gonna do?
No.
Okay.
I got 4 kids already.
All right.
God take care of. God take care of already.
Hold on. Come here. Hold on. Now listen. Everybody look to your left, your right. Say shh. All right, look. Hold on. I'm about to give you the best advice I can give you in this moment. Now, everybody look to your left and right.
Trip.
Everybody say shh.
Trip.
I need everybody quiet. Hold on. Because I'm about to give you, listen.
Trip, where you going?
Trent, we need you. All right. I'm about to give you the best advice I could give you right now. Now, disclaimer. This one is not mine. I will explain it to you later. It's not mine. Just know that, ladies. But listen, come here.
What is it?
Put this on. Take it. Put it in your pocket.
You got a Trojan?
It's too late for all that. It is too late
teach
for
him how
all
to put it
that.
on later.
You got a Trojan?
It's too
Anyway,
late.
go.
It's too late for all that.
All right, listen.
Ace.
Hold on. First of all, that's not mine. Mine be gold. But
okay.
that's the one we had.
Okay, cause I was gonna say that's the extra small.
That's the extra small. Sometimes it be cold, Keita. It be cold.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, we gonna do sex education classes. Obviously, we need that. He said, I already got 4. Nigga, you about to have 5. That's crazy. Hold on. Fellas, can I ask y'all don't have to answer. I've, in my adult life, have never finished inside of a woman. Never. I have never.
What about a sock? A pillowcase?
I've done a sock. But my question is it all of what I think it is?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's all of what I think it is?
It is like, look, it's like being in the wilderness in like negative 30-degree weather, and then you just come across a jacuzzi. And you step in that jacuzzi, and it's just like the sensation is just.
Wow, yeah.
But let me ask you this, because that was beautiful how you painted that nigga. That was real poetic. You got away with your words. But is it worth child support?
Obviously, because niggas be doing it.
Okay.
All right. What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, y'all look amazing. I just want to say you're so beautiful. But my name is Portia. Okay, so this is my question. My man wants a threesome. I want to give him one, but he already cheated on me. Should I give him one since he cheated anyway?
Nigga.
Yes.
Maybe he wouldn't cheat.
No, you pick the nigga you want this time. So like the first time, right, he got to do what he wanted to do. He wants a threesome. You just pick a nice gentleman with a long,
Hey, can I ask you a question?
By the way, he's here.
a threesome.
Before
It's a threesome.
Before I just want one clarifying question, just one. And then we can get to some healthy shit. Do you like women?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you were actually attracted. Now let's get to some healthy shit.
Yeah.
Let's get to some healthy shit.
Oh, I hope not.
God, they asked if she like men. I'm crying. You, in some way, somewhere, even if it's only a small little patch of garden in the back of your mind, are still bothered. And that's fine. I think infidelity probably takes a while to, it's not easily gotten over. But to now give permission to bring another person into the relationship that your partner didn't necessarily feel the need to ask you permission to bring in the relationship. This isn't about him. I would caution you from walking into a trigger and creating potentially a new one for yourself. Because you haven't completely reconciled this thing. You know what I'm saying? You may be able to function in a relationship. You may still be happy. Shit, you may not even think about it that much. But the fact that you're thinking about it in this scenario, you don't know how you're going to feel when that other woman interacting with your man. Where it take your mind to. And I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm saying the fact that you kind of asking and bringing those two things together means that you done already put them together in your mind. You're not just asking us. You done mulled over this for a little bit. Until you're sure, whether that's 2 weeks from now, whether it's after you hear everybody up here, don't set yourself up to get hurt by your own permission.
Oh my God.
Because that's what you're doing. And he get to walk away like, hey, you said yeah. You forgave me for the last shit and you said yeah to this. That's on you. And it is. It is. Now, a real nigga would consider his old lady and the things that he put her through. You know what I mean? But ultimately, that decision is yours, sweetheart, and I don't know if you're ready to make them type of moves just yet.
That's why I'm asking y'all. It's like, I appreciate it.
Well, I do have a question. Do you feel like you have resolved, or you feel like you actually have healed from that situation? Do you feel like you're managing whenever certain things come up still?
I don't feel like it's fully resolved. I still have my aches about the situation.
And he asked you for it?
Because he want it.
Hold on.
He's asked jokingly, but I think he's with whatever.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
jokingly be like, hey, I've always thought about eating 2 coochies at once.
Ace.
That was just a joke.
Bruh.
Hold on, can I say something real quick? Couple things, and I'm gonna get to you in a second.
You gonna let me speak?
Oh, I didn't know if you were done. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, I
Kitty.
wasn't done. You started talking about eating ass.
Go ahead. My bad.
Okay, darling, I'm so glad that Trip made this point, because this is what typically tends to happen when somebody is cheated on. They start to try to compensate. So whenever someone's done something and you don't have a resolved mind, if you have an unresolved mind, you're going to have unresolved emotions. And so when you put yourself in a situation like that, when you're compensated, because sometimes when a person cheats on us, we fear that if we don't do certain things, they'll leave. So we compensate by pleasing their needs. We compensate by people pleasing, which is what happens a lot. I see this often because I deal with infidelity recovery on a daily basis. So this is what happens. You get cheated on. You still have these memories. You still have these feelings. If you're engaging in sex with somebody else, you're going to think about the sex that they had with the other person. It's going to happen. It's not something that you just turn on. You just don't turn on these triggers. But you are inviting yourself in a situation like that that's going to worsen those emotional wounds and those attachment injuries that you already have related to the infidelity. So I am just like Trip. I would caution you not to do that, because if you do, you're going to end up on somebody's couch like me or Dr. Bryant, expressing this same thing and trying to figure out how you can heal from now this new situation. It's simply not worth it. I also have a problem with the simple fact that this man asked you, knowing that he betrayed you in the first place. The audacity to know that there was an offense. You are the offending partner. You have already betrayed me, and now you're trying to bring in a new situation that is going to magnify these emotional wounds that I already have.
Exactly.
I'm still thinking about what you did behind my back. I'm still having panic attacks. I'm still anxious. I still have to deal with this unresolved mindset. I'm still waking up in the middle of the night having night sweats because of something you did. And you want to invite somebody else in when I didn't give you consent to invite the first damn person.
We can invite him. He's gonna be a whole nigga. You're gonna be really surprised.
Okay, hold on.
Close your eyes, baby.
Hold on.
We finna have fun.
Hold on.
Period.
No,
'Cause I got
no.
something to say.
That's a gangbang.
Yeah, I got something to say. Let you cheat on me. I take you back. I let it go. You asked for a threesome, and I agree. I'm just trying to play this out for you. And you give her even 13 more seconds of dick than you've given me. Both y'all getting y'all ass beat, and I'm crashing out. And that's why I don't think you should do it.
All right, back
Now we in jail.
on the petty shit. Now, since you actually do like women, I'm gonna tell you what you do.
I think that's why, though, because he knows that,
So, I mean, I'm not mad at a nigga dating a woman that like women because he like women that like women. This at least he's doing that with you and not trying to convince another woman who's straight to fuck with women. But I'm gonna tell you where you fuck them up. Ladies who like women, this for all y'all. This. Next time a nigga like play like he want the threesome, he want 2 women in the bedroom, you do just that for him. Especially if he done violated before. But I'm gonna tell you who you call. Go and get you one of them Manny Fresh looking studs with the tight taper.
Hold on, listen.
That wear they strap out in public.
Hey,
That
Fontaine.
nigga gonna be in for a rude motherfucking. I ain't talking about the ones that be sneak dicking
No,
niggas.
I'm serious.
I ain't talking about the ones that sneak dick. I'm talking about the ones that came there to lay something down. That nigga gonna be real surprised he come around that corner, she in the room.
I know.
There it is. There it is.
What's up with you, big dog?
I gave you
Hold on.
3
Somebody
and
gotta get
some,
shot.
nigga. 3 and some, nigga.
Somebody gotta get shot.
Did I tell y'all that
Had
happened
that
to me
waiting
before?
on him.
What?
Oh,
Did I
she was
tell you-
strapped up?
I never told y'all that.
You had a threesome with a stud?
You told me about.
She wasn't visibly. Am I allowed to say that word?
What, visibly what?
Thank you.
Manny Fresh. She wasn't visibly. It was visibly a woman that you would
Well, they're
not
all
think.
women.
No. What I'm saying is visually a woman you wouldn't think aesthetically would be rocking a strap between her legs, right?
Oh, so she pulled it down on her miniskirt down and then her dick
No.
popped
So
out?
listen.
She was feminine? Is what you
No,
saying?
she was feminine. So listen. Long story short, I'm gonna make this a couple seconds. So long story short, I get a call at like 1:30 a.m. and it's from this woman. And mind you, this is when I was working as a nurse. I had to get up at like 6 a.m. And she was like, "Hey, what you doing? Come over." And I was debating not coming over because I had to work. It wasn't worth it. She's like, "My friend want to see you." I said, "Shit, here I come." And so I get over there. Long story short, everything is going normally. The foreplay going normally. Everything is going normally. And so, next thing I know, she get on the bed like,
No, she don't. No, she don't. You fucking lying.
You ain't feeling on your thigh when y'all was
she
kissing?
started giving back shots while the other girl was giving me head. I am dead serious.
Okay. So
Can I say this?
No.
I didn't mind it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
But what if?
I didn't mind it. But hold on.
But whose was better? Like
Whose was better?
whose stroke was better? Did she tell
Yours
you?
or her? Yours
Was it the
or
girl or
her?
you?
Or yours?
I'm sorry,
tapped out, and I went into the bedroom, the living room. They continued, and I was kind of.
They had to finish up.
Hold on.
That means hers. That means hers.
And then the girl came out the room with a towel like, I can't believe you squirted on my face. I said, you
No,
better
she
squirt.
didn't. No. Oh my God. Sit
Okay,
the fuck
anyway,
down.
back to the point. I want to say this before we move on. Two things. I think a lot of women and a lot of men convince themselves that a man cheating is just for sex. And to solve the cheating problem, just provide him with more sex from other people. And oftentimes the cheating is about the sneaking. It's about doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. It's about this emotional escape that I can have. And if you give me permission to do it, I don't have that same fulfillment. And I guess what I'm saying is that thought process of, well, I just need to be more sexually, I need to suck his dick every day, that's gonna keep him from cheating. It won't. If that man doesn't heal those issues within himself, if that man does not become disciplined within himself, if that man doesn't truly admit to you what the issue is, oftentimes it is not sex. And I'm not excusing cheating, put this to the side, but oftentimes it's emotionally I don't feel validated in this relationship. I don't know how to verbalize it though. So I'm gonna make it seem like the reason I went out is because of sex, but you don't really compliment me like that. And I know I need compliments. That woman at work, no, I just said I'm not excusing.
I didn't say anything.
See, niggas don't want to have a real conversation.
No.
My point is, when cheating happens with a lot of men, it's because that other woman started noticing you in ways your woman didn't. And because you wasn't disciplined, because you wasn't disciplined, but when we make it seem like it's just because we seen a fat ass, that's the reason why a lot of men are cheating. That is oversimplifying the motherfucking problem. And then now you're not getting a real solution. Now your solution is, let me get him a threesome to solve this cheating thing. Nah, we need to talk.
Tag me in, Ace. Tag me in. Hold on. Ladies, holla at me. Hold on. A womanizer is a womanizer, not at the result because you're not giving him more sex, a threesome, or head, or compliments. A womanizer is because he has mommy issues, daddy issues, his own damn issues, and you are the least of his issues. And so a woman will never change a womanizer into a family man, a faithful man, because you're giving him more of what feeds his dysfunction.
Wait, you're saying?
If anything, what happens is you open up the door and inflate everything in him that has created his womanizing ways. You give him the okay to be who he's been with you, which means that he will continue to learn you and learn how to do what he wants to do with you in a way that satisfies you to shut up and not have a problem with it.
Well,
Which means that if you're not rocking with that, do not do things that you believe you need to do to keep a man. A man can't be kept. He either wants to be there or he doesn't.
okay, Trill.
No, Trill, before you slide, I saw you was, I just want to say I think two things can be true at once. I think some men are absolutely womanizers and just shitty people, and I think some dudes like discipline are unhappy in their relationships. I think two things can absolutely be true, but and I'm not saying this to shit on women. I'm saying that to pretend that women don't play a role in why men cheat in some instances is absolutely irresponsible. It's just like shoe on the other foot to say that a man may not be a reason or have been a factor in why a woman stepped out on him is completely irresponsible, bro. It's a relationship. Not every person is operating like on their own accord in the relationship and thinking about themselves 24/7, bro. Relationships are complex.
I think-
complex, but
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I think also, man, like we can't complain about behavior that we rewarding. She got up here and said that this man is cheating on me, he's neglecting me, he's not prioritizing me, so I'm gonna bless him with a threesome. You understand? Like it's literally a lot of women feel like that they can great girlfriend themselves into a man's improvement. And that's just not realistic, right? All you're gonna do when you try to great girlfriend him, despite the fact that he's not giving you what you need, is enable more neglect, more disrespect, and more of him not being the man that you need him to be. You can't provide more privileges for some shit that he not providing and expect improvement. That's not realistic.
Can I speak to something real quick? I want to address something you said. Now, no, you. I agree that there are womanizers. What's the opposite word for women? That manonizers? Is there a word?
Manizers. It's called
Manonizer.
They call
Have you
them
ever heard that
hoes.
shit? I've never heard that word ever, right? Because
Man-eaters.
But when a woman cheats and you ask her why she's
Succubus.
cheating, it's an assumption that it isn't purely just sex. That's why a lot of men take it harder. And I guess what I'm saying is I just don't want men in the room, even when they're doing it, to think that it was just about a sex. Because oftentimes you're not risking access to your children. You're not risking access to that woman you actually love just for sex. It's something else there. And if you don't fix the real issue, you're not gonna fix the problem. And so I just hate that we scapegoated just to sex. It'd be more shit. I just gave you a few examples. And I'm gonna tell you this, as being a man in a relationship, sometimes those compliments do stop. And we won't address it. And that's a problem that we gotta talk about.
Let's stick on that then. Let's stay on that. Don't just brush past that. So what we got to do to get you more communicative? Is it writing on a sticky note? You didn't say my haircut was good.
What do y'all need
What
to
do
do?
you need? Because
What do
all I'm
you
hearing
need
is
to do
like,
for yourself.
I cheated because you ain't say you ain't give me a compliment.
No, that's
and
not what I
didn't-
said.
Here
No, no.
comes the gaslighting.
All right, I know, right?
Of course.
And guess what? That's been another episode of the Tonight's Conversation podcast. Live from New York. Make some noise!